guys, welcome back for another video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're trying to save money or build a budget or just stop overspending, then understanding the difference between a want and a need is very important. So today I'm going to be breaking down what is a want versus a need, how to tell the difference in your budget, and a simple trick to make better decisions when it comes to wants and needs. So if you're serious about this journey with me and taking control of our finances, please hit that subscribe button and that like button, and let's get started. So as I said in a previous video, I am recently retired, and in planning my budget, I do use the 50-30-20 method. I do have a video on my channel where I discuss that. I currently need to live off of half of what my salary used to be. And so I landed on a $3,000 a month budget. And I have to be honest, I usually go over on that. And so I just wanted to reevaluate, where I'm overspending and just making a clear distinction between what is a want and what is a need. All right, so needs are things that we must have to survive and function in our everyday life. So these things include housing, utilities, transportation, food, which is groceries, not eating out, healthcare, and insurance. Okay, so these things are like the non-negotiables. Like you can't just decide if you have a car note that you're gonna stop paying your car note. I mean, well, we can decide that, but we don't want to do that. And so these are things that you must maintain out of necessity. But even with needs, you can adjust your spending. So if your car note makes sense when you were working and it no longer makes sense, unless you're just a few months shy of actually paying it off, then it may look different, or it may be reasonable to think about downsizing on your car. You can switch to a lower cost phone plan. And in my case, more specifically, meal prepping is going to be something that I am going to continue to get better at, because my biggest expense has been groceries as far as a need goes. I tend to not buy the right things, and so I need to once again concentrate more so on what I am buying and how is that really going to help me in regards to not eating out. So meal prepping is something that's going to be very vital for me in order to stay on track with my monthly finances. And so as we talk about wants, we also want to once again think about, when we talk about utilities, that is like your electricity, your water, your gas, or your trash pickup. And that is not necessarily your streaming services. What is a want? A want is something that makes life a little more enjoyable. It's not something that you can't live without. And an example would be like clothes that you don't need, eating out instead of cooking, upgrading your old phone to the latest and greatest when your old one works fine, expensive vacations, and your subscriptions like your Netflix, Hulu, Prime. So, don't get me wrong, because I'm big on wants, but spending on wants is fine, but only if your needs and savings are covered. So for me, like, I don't have a big problem with shopping. I don't have to have, a $1,200 purse. I've shared earlier, like, my biggest thing is eating out, and that's because I don't have a whole lot going on. Sometimes I just want to get out the house. I don't have, my son at home. And so that's something that I'm really needing to reel in and be more mindful of. Upgrading my phone, like, I was like the running joke in my family. Like, my phones are old, So as long as I can still take a call or make a call, like, I don't have to have the latest and greatest when it comes to that. Expensive vacations. Now, I've also shared that I haven't had the opportunity yet to do any big vacations because my son is still in school. But when it comes to planning, vacations, there are a lot of things out there that you can use discounts. You can compare your flights, or you can compare like hotel rates. So there's a lot that you can do around that to make an expensive vacation not as expensive. And subscriptions, I readjusted my streaming. I'm kind of like right now deciding if I really need all the ones that I have. But they're really not that great of an expense right now. And so the amount that I had allotted when I adjusted the free things, it's okay for now. But, one tip that I did was I got my bank statement. Like, I went through it from beginning to end for the month, and you will be amazed. Well, maybe not, because there's a lot of apps out there now that find all these subscriptions that you forgot about that are still being taken out of your account. And like, I was guilty of having a few of those things that I just made calls. Like, an example was my Shopify, like, just totally forgetting that I was paying a monthly fee for that, and making the decision to put that on the back burner to maybe reevaluate and figure out something else. But that was a monthly bill that I got taken off. My homeowner's insurance, I shopped around, got a better rate. Auto insurance. So there was a lot of ways you can kind of reevaluate a lot of things to make it really work for you. So let me know in the comments what's a want that you spent a lot of money on recently and you kind of regret it. So yeah, leave me that in the comment. I'd be interested in reading that. So it's totally fine to spend on wants. It's just you need to make sure that your needs are covered. And if you're gonna set up a budget, be able to stick to that. Because, over here, I need to make sure that my little dollars last as long as possible, so that I can maintain my independence as being a retiree. So it's going to be very important for me to make sure that all my numbers align. Now, the 50-30-20 budget rule is just a simple way to manage your needs and wants. So the 50% is 50% of your income goes to your needs, which is like your rent, your bills, food, and 30% goes to wants. That's, once again, like your fun stuff, shopping, eating out. And then 20% goes to savings and paying off debt. Now, This rule helps balance spending and saving so you can enjoy life without financial stress. And so you, if you are better in control of your wants, then maybe you flip it. Maybe 20% goes to wants and 30% goes to debt. It really just depends where you are, or maybe you don't really, even 20% may be a lot for wants, and then you can allocate a little bit more to needs. So it's very flexible, but it does just set like a standard way that you do things, and then you can always tweak it to really fit where you are. And I feel that, yeah, it gives me very good structure when I am trying to formulate a budget. So quick trip to tell wants versus need is ask yourself this question, okay? Before buying something, just like if I lost my job tomorrow, or I, had to walk away from my job, would I still buy this? Like, would I still buy this $1,200 or $600 purse if, I knew that I wasn't gonna have, a consistent paycheck coming in? And if that question is a yes, then it's a need. If it's a want, if it's a no, then it's a want. And so, if I lost my job tomorrow, if you ask yourself this question, and would I still have to pay my rent? Like, yes, so that's a need. So, it's just a reassessment of your priorities, I would say. So this simple mind shift saves money. Will save us money fast. So now that we know the difference, or we've reassessed the difference between what is a want and a need, I want you to comment below. What's one want that you've been spending too much on? And I think that's a good place to start. Like, pin down that one thing that you don't need, but you find yourself spending a lot of money on. And then you're more able to tackle it. Like, the biggest part of making a budget is just to be honest with yourself. Like, to know where you are. In planning a budget, I make my budget. At the end of the month, I go back through and I see where I blew through, my items. And then I just reevaluate. And so I had to really look at where all of my money was going and say, hey, do I really need that? And made the necessary adjustments. And just by doing that, like off the bat, I saved myself quite a bit of money. My registered agent was almost $500. I was paying a $500 fee. Now, it was an annual, but when you break that up into monthly, that's still, a savings. And so just by doing that, I think it's a good start. And then when you get that aligned, you can kind of go with what you think will work. And then once you see if it does or it doesn't, you can make the necessary adjustments. So, a budget is just like any type of an action plan. You always need to see where you are. You need to reassess, and then you need to evaluate and make the necessary adjustments. And so I challenged you to, once again, leave me a comment on what's one thing that you've been spending too much on. And you can assess it as being a want or a need, but also, once again, a need can also be adjusted. your homeowner's insurance. You know, that was another one for me that I was paying like $2,800, and just looking around, shopping around for different agents and things, I was able to find an insurance policy that was $2,100. And so car insurance, like all these things, you know, you have a great, you know, variety of these things out there, and you can always shop around and make sure that you're getting the best value, right, for yourself. All right, so I think I've covered everything, and so we are now at the end of the video. I would like to thank you for watching my videos. I do ask that you like, subscribe, and share. If you found this video helpful, stay tuned. There's more budgeting tips coming soon. And yeah, let's just get on this, or join me on this journey as I reassess and prioritize my finances. And as always, I do thank you for watching my videos, and I'll see you in the next one.